Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Indiana Hoosiers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Hoosiers will put total lever to crank us up. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Working that left side now. Still on his feet at the 45. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking to throw on 1st down. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. The opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. He might want another play. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught, it's Bond. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. And the Hoosiers with the 1st and 10. They'll run play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
He's got an open man. Good, solid pick up there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Hoosiers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The extra point here would tie the game. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Gonna take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
The Buffaloes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Got his man on the right. He'll have the 1st down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The give to the back. Breaks the tackle. At the 45 on his way. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there and make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do it.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Fires left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Gashes the heart of the knee. The 20. Touchdown, Indiana. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him...
Got a little room. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They'll start this drive going to the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Fires to the middle. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this. Trying to take it back. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Off the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Barker. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, it's nice to be an offensive coordinator when you have this offense, because you can just call a couple plays, do what we need to do, make big plays, go down the field, put points on the board. This offense, man, they putting drives together like this. This could be a scary unit.
And he takes this from inside the 5.
And that's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you have got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. Off play action on 1st down. The throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Gibson. There he goes. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
They're working that left side. Oh, the sweet spin just keeps moving. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the right. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover 1, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Making side adjustments here. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Got a man.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Hoosiers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The Hoosiers are marching down the field. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch.
Racing down the left side. Oh, the hops.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas Tech made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road victory. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Red Raiders. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. To the air, it's Mendoza. What great protection, and he lets it go down the middle. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. The 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Colorado!
Yeah, and the free safety roaming the middle of the field, and you can see just reading the quarterback's eyes. And how about the break on the football, taking a great angle to pick it off and then do some damage and make the big play for this defense to score some points.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Reynolds. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
It's complete on the right side. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
That's reeled in. It's Barker. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Hoosiers are in the hurry-up. Leaves it with the back. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Running game got it done on the last play. Now it's first down. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. Finds his man, it's Anderson. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Off play action. Buys a little time with his feet. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Finds a man on the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He wants it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the right. Got him, and nobody's close. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Got him downfield. Turning it on. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Corners showing press. They want to be physical. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buffs!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
He'll bring it out. It's Reynolds. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Gets it out quickly. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Trying play action. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Steps away. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his eye.
Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. From inside the 10, here he comes. He steps out of bounds across the 30 at the 33-yard line. Nice work there by the return team. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Makes the grab deep. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Buffaloes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Coming out with it, it's Smith. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wants to adjust the pattern. Now the play fake. Makes the grab. At the 40, there he goes. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
A little release to the back. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Back to throw, it's Mendoza. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
On third down, he drops to throw. He's got the back in the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on fourth down. He's got it, first down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. ULM looked less like a group of Warhawks and more like a bunch of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in Monroe, and today they found a way outside of Malone Stadium. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking to throw on first down. Finds the big tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it first and 10 just outside the 40. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He'll take the deep shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Buffaloes! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. On the run, still looking. Throws for the tight end. Lost, the defense is wide open. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Steps away to find some room. The short hands, it's Anderson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Back to pass. Throwing right. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's third and long. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
What a disappointment. No good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Lost to throw again. Moving away from pressure. Fakes to grab. There he goes. Smashes through the tackle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Buffaloes have their offense in high gear.
And the defensive coordinator is irate on the sideline. Third and long. It's a short throw. You've got to be able to rally, make a tackle, and force the punter onto the field. They let him get loose, break some tackles, and with the first, the offense stays on the field.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Pressure coming. He's got him this time. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. With the run on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Colorado. great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And they tacked on the extra point. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. He spins that thing down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Linebackers have tough jobs, right? Their first responsibility is to stuff the run, but you could see he does a really good job seeing pass, getting back into his cover 2 drop, breaking on the football, and making the interception.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. He's got it. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it from the gun. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Buffaloes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And 3rd and inches, they go with the pass. I don't necessarily get it, but how about the pass rush, aggressively coming up the field, getting to the quarterback, stopping the play before it had a chance to get going.
Looking to scramble. Bought a little time, lets it go. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal coming up. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. App State rolled to victory in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
And he's not done, man. This QB is on a heater. He's already thrown 5 touchdown passes. And here we are late in the game, and he's still taking shots. When you're in a rhythm like that, you feel like any time the ball leaves your fingers, it's landing in your receiver's hands. And oftentimes for this guy today, it's been for touchdowns.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Release to the back. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Got his man. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Wants to throw again. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Brooks. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bucks! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback may change this route. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. To the air, it's Mendoza. Complete. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Hoosiers will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but
breaks into the open. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. Oh, no, the ball popped out. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Complete in the middle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Wide open downfield. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
And you just wonder if this defense now is starting to feel it a little bit. They're a bit on their heels after that 4th down play to keep this drive going. Someone's going to have to step up here and stop the bleeding. They're only up by 1 possession.
Under fire. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Complete to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They want to throw it. Snagged out of the air. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Snags it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. They will score! Touchdown, Buffaloes!
Man, you did the hard part. What a drive, putting points together, getting 6. Now, what are you going to do? Decision time. Do you want to go for the win right now, go for the 2-point conversion, or kick this thing and go into overtime with seconds running down on the clock?
And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield. It's Mendoza. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Motion from the wideout. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. Takes a hit as he fires. If he houses this, it's ball game. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick.
And what a mistake by the offense. Here in overtime, throwing that interception, they're now going to give the ball to the opponent. All they need is a field goal now to win.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. He's got it on the right. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The give to the back. Hard running there. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big-bodied guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. Here comes the field goal unit, and they can win it with a chip shot. Right down the middle. The kick is good. A game winner in overtime.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road.